Hey everyone, welcome back to Carrots and Olives. My name is Brittany and today we are going to be working with my fountain pen inks. So I have not jumped on this, and I was reminded when I was on YouTube the other day. I finally got a color swatch ink book. So we're going to be swatching some of the inks today. I think I want to do it by color and not by the brand, because I want to be able to compare what inks I want to use based off of the color rather than the brand names. So I'm going to think about it a little bit more while I open up this book and pull out some inks that we're going to swatch first. But I think that's the way I'm going to go. Right now, they are currently a mess, and it's going to take me forever to try to figure out where my blues are and my purples are, but I'm going to take the time to do that, and I think bit by bit we will fill up the swatch book. I don't intend to do all that in one video, so I think I'm going to start off by pulling out my fountain pen colors that I don't have that many of. So that would be like my reds and my oranges and my pinks. So I'm going to start there. The supplies I'm using are my notebook. I have the Kakuno and with the brass nib, and then I have this dip pen for writing, and it's the Iro Utsushi pen, and I have a medium nib on it. I'm going to use these for dipping and writing. If I have a sample, I will be putting S for sample. And then I have my water here in glass jars, and I have my paper towel. So another thing I thought I was gonna do is actually tape off the first page of a new color. So since I'm going to be starting with my pinks, I figured I would use my MT tape here for pink. And what I want to do is just take a piece here, and then I'm going to put it on the top like this and fold it over. So this will distinguish, okay, these are my pinks. And then hopefully I have a color for every color of the rainbow. I'm pretty sure I do have a washi for every color. And then I will just washi those. So if I'm looking for a specific color group, then I can just kind of quickly eye that with some washi tape. All right, so pinks. This is kind of hard. I don't have a really good system with my inks, as a lot of other people do that I've seen on Instagram and YouTube, but I'm going to do my best. I have a whole bunch of different pink shades here, and I am just going to start with the lightest color, at least right now. It's kind of hard because I don't know how this paper reacts. I don't know, what kind of shade I'm going to get in comparison to like Tomoe River paper. So I'm just going to do my best. I'm going to be using these to kind of swatch the ink, and then I'm going to write with the dip pen. I don't know if I'll end up using my Kakimori. Maybe if it's an ink color that I can easily get to, but something that's in a tube like this, like a sample, will be a little bit difficult to swatch. So I'm just going to put a little drop I'm going to move this water to the right side. Okay, so this is kind of how I think I want the standard to be, is I put in a swatch of the color. Then I put the name of the color and then the brand at the bottom. S is going to be for sample. And I think if it's a bottle, since I have more bottles than samples, I will not put B. I will just keep it blank. So we know which ones are the samples because, again, I have more bottles than samples. I'm going to fast forward through this whole process so you're not sitting here watching me dip ink in and write these things down. So we're going to just speed it up. Okay, so I've gone through just about all my bottles, and these are the colors that I would say are more pink than red. They do kind of fall in that purple line, but since this is the first time I'm putting these colors side by side, which by the way is actually really exciting. I like this format more so than my cards here because I could see them all on one page. Obviously, when I get to my blues and my turquoises, it's going to be really difficult to see everything laid out, but seeing multiple colors on one page and then having them bound into a ring binder is exciting for me. I can really see the differences between the colors. So I think it would be nice to lay everything out and what I think the color should go into, and then do it over again, but organize it more by lighter colors to darker colors because it's kind of hard to determine or to, to know what to expect with new paper, especially for me. I don't know what kind of paper this is. So far, I'm really liking this. Of all the samples I put on this page, this is the only one that's in a small sample that I received from Goulet Pens. Everything else are in bottles. Some things I've noticed, it doesn't seem like this color fits everything else. So, you know, if I were to do this again, I would definitely put this color more into the yellow or the oranges. But it's interesting to see how these colors compare to everything else based off of the name and off of how I use the ink in writing. So it's just interesting to see how these go together. So let's see. Um, I did have a boo-boo here with the Monteverde, and I need to kind of suck that up because the longer it sits wet, it's going to start bleeding is what I'm noticing. So I need to suck that up. I'll get my paper towel and kind of at a corner, trying to get that, suck that up. Okay. So yeah, if there's too much ink and it sits, it's going to definitely start to bleed. And let's see how the other side looks. So the paper is thick enough to where you shouldn't really see much bleeding on the other page. This is just because it's sat. So I need to make sure I do better next time. So it's a learning curve. But if I had to pick what I actually think is the most purest pink of all my colors on this page, I would say Duquesne or Duquesne Incline here is the more pinky pink. This flamingo pink is like a hot pink to me. And second in line to like a pink would be Waringal, the flowers on the way. Kindness was like a hot pink, but it leans a little bit more purple pink to me. I don't know. But anyway, so these are all the pinks so far that I can think of. What I'll do is I'm going to give myself probably 2 sheets of pinks. I don't really see myself buying more pinks than that. And then I'm going to get into my reds. I am not going to do that in today's video. I wanted to keep this straight to the point and then create new videos for each color family and work like that. So let me know if you have any suggestions on how I can do this better. And I'm thinking I want to get another one of these notebooks and really organize my swatches better in that notebook, but keep this current one as more experimental and see how I like it and how these inks react on this paper, and then better organize them in the next book. But let me know your thoughts. Thank you for joining, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.